Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to 30 Minutes to Unwind. I'm Corey. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, I'm glad you decided to stop by. All right, let me just throw this disclaimer out again. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist. Everything I share with you is from my point of view and my experiences. So, what works for me may not typically work for you. So, just keep that in mind, but enjoy the show. All right. You ever notice how your car keeps giving you warning signs before it runs out of gas? All right, first the fuel light pops on. Then the miles to empty number starts dropping. Yeah, 30 miles, 20 miles, 10 miles. And most of us have done this before, numerous of times. We look at the number and think we can make it. So we keep driving. We pass one gas station thinking, all right, we'll catch the next one. Maybe we push a little further and go that extra mile. But eventually, there's a moment where you realize, man, I just waited way too long. Now that number is dropping fast. You got 5 miles, 3 miles, then 2 miles. Suddenly, you're not driving comfortable anymore. You're worried about your gas. Now you're searching. You're looking for the next gas station. Not because you plan to stop, but because you have to, because you waited too long. And to be honest, a lot of us are living our daily lives the exact same way, running from responsibility to responsibility. And I get it. You got your work, family, schools, bills, deadlines, but you're still ignoring the warning signs. Mental exhaustion, short patience, constant stress. And we keep saying, all right, the same thing over and over. I'll slow down later. I'll rest when things calm down. And you already know the truth. Things rarely calm down on their own. And eventually, life forces you to stop. That's what the last couple of episodes were about. All right, we was running on fumes. And then we had the breakdown. Today is the next step. And this is a part after you realize you can't keep running like that anymore. Today, we're going to talk about refueling. Because once you realize your tank is empty, you got to learn how to fill it back up and keep going in your daily life without stopping. All right. One of the biggest things and misunderstanding that people have about rest is that rest is a reward. They treat it like it's a reward, something you have to earn after everything is done, after all your work is finished, after the responsibilities are handled, after everyone else is taken care of, then you can rest. Just take a few minutes, a little small break. But there's a problem with that idea. Everything is never done. There's always another task, another email, another responsibility, another problem that needs to be solved. So when rest becomes something you earn, a lot of people never actually reach it. They keep pushing day after day, week after week, month after month, until one day the body, the mind just starts pushing back. Slow down. You become more irritated than usual. Small things start bothering you. Your patience gets shorter. You feel tired even after you sleep. And even when you sit down to relax, your mind is still going. Your body might be sitting still, but your thoughts are still racing. That's not laziness. That's not weakness. That's your system asking for fuel, just like your car, unless you got a battery operated car. But still, you got to recharge it. You don't wait until the engine shuts off before refueling. You stop before the tank is on empty. Mentally, life works the same way. Refueling isn't quitting, it's maintenance. Let me ask you something real quick. When was the last time you stopped and did something that helped you recharge? Not scrolling, not answering your phone, not looking at messages, not multitasking. I mean, something that genuinely helped you reset for a few minutes. Now, most of us have to think about this question a little bit longer than they expect. For me, I would say it was going out last weekend with my family, celebrating my parents' anniversary. I was able to just relax, enjoy the company with my family, and not think about anything but just be in that moment. Because I remember when times when the mindset was simple. You just push through it. It doesn't matter how tired you are. It doesn't matter how stressed you feel. You just keep going, and the mindset works for a while. You can push through it. You can push through exhaustion. You can push through long days. You can push through pressure. You got your athletes, service members, first responders, just about all professions. You're taught to keep pushing, and it's hard to change that mindset after you've been doing it for such a long time. It's just built into you that way. Even when it benefits you, it's still hard to shut it off. But here's the catch: push it through doesn't refill the tank. It just delays the moments when you realize, man, I'm on empty. Eventually, small things happen, something that normally wouldn't bother you, and suddenly your reaction is bigger than the whole situation. Not because you're weak, not because you can't handle pressure, but because the tank has been empty for so long and you didn't even realize it. You just kept going. And once you understand that rest isn't optional, it's necessary, things will be a whole lot better. And refueling looks different for everyone. Now, here's where people get refueling wrong. They think it has to be something big, a vacation, a full day off, a weekend getaway. Those things are great, but sometimes they don't happen. But real life doesn't always work that way. You don't always get those opportunities. Most people are juggling responsibilities between their work schedules, family life, school, and all the commitments that you have. So refueling usually happens in small moments. Sometimes it's 10 quiet minutes before you come in the house or before the house wakes up. Or it could be listening to music on your drive home or listening to my podcast. Sometimes it's watching the game and letting your brain focus on something simple, or you can either just sit outside for a few minutes and get some fresh air. It could be a new hobby that you develop, maybe a good laugh with your friends. Sometimes refueling is just doing absolutely nothing, just sitting still, no notifications, no problem solving, just letting the mind relax and breathe. And here's something important: what refuels one person might not refuel someone else. So just always keep that in mind. Some people recharge quietly, some recharge around other people in a big crowd, in a group setting. Some recharge by exercising, lifting weights, running. Some recharge by just slowing everything down. There's no universal formula. You have to make it personal to your situation. The only rule is whatever you choose, you should give your mind a break from carrying the weight of everything else and just make it personal and make it fit your situation. Think about this for a second. If you had 30 minutes to completely, how would you spend it? Would it be a quiet time? Would it be listening to music, playing a video game, watching a game, going out for a walk? Whatever came to your mind first, that might be the first thing your mind has been asking for. For me, I would just put my phone down and watch a basketball game, watch the Wolverines or watch the Lakers. It's March Madness tournament time, so a lot of good basketball games on. But here's the part that most people struggle with: protecting their refuel time. Because the moment you slow down, life tries to fill the space. You're going to get a notification. You're going to get a message, another responsibility, something you forgot about. Somebody asks you to do something for them. And it becomes easy to convince yourself, all right, I'll unwind later, but later turns into next week. Next week turns into next month. Eventually, you find yourself right back where you started, running on fumes. Protecting your unwind time isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. Go listen to episode 3 where I discuss selfish versus self-preservation, and that'll kind of help you out. All right. You wouldn't ignore a warning light in your car for months. I hope not, or you'll be on the side of the road. But that's exactly what many of us do with our minds. We keep pushing, ignoring warning signals until the breakdown happens. Refueling isn't escaping life. It's about giving yourself enough energy to live it well. All right, before we wrap it up today, here's something worth thinking about. Most people wait until they're completely exhausted before they slow down. But imagine what life would feel like if you started refueling before the tank hit empty. Let's think about that for a moment. A little rest, a little reset, space to breathe, something that's the difference between surviving the week and actually enjoying the week. I'd rather enjoy my week than just to survive it. The goal isn't to wait until you're exhausted to start refueling. The goal is to make refueling part of your routine, just like eating, just like sleeping, uh, just like maintaining anything else you expect to last. Your vehicle, your motorcycles, everything. Because life is always busy and responsibilities are going to keep coming. But burnout doesn't have to be the cost of being responsible. You have to take care of what matters and still take care of yourself. Sometimes refueling could be silence, laughter, a hobby, or just sitting still and doing nothing. Whatever it looks like for you, don't wait until the tank is empty before you refuel. Refuel before you have to. So this week, check your tank, and if you're running low, pull over, refuel, take a break, and just get a reset. All right, let me switch it up for a quick second. Congratulations to Bam Adebayo. He moved to number 2 for the most points in a single NBA game by scoring 83 points in a blowout win against the Wizards. Terrible game. Anyway, Kobe Bryant held the number 2 spot for 20 years with 81 points against the Raptors. It's a lot of debate about the game, but hey, he scored 83 points, so whatever. That's all that matters. We need Luka to score 85 to get that record back to LA. All right. If this episode brought you some value or made you think, do me a favor, follow the show, leave a review, and share it with someone that could use the message. Tell a friend to tell a friend. For show details, you can follow me on X at Control Room _media. Media, that's Charlie November Tango Romeo Lima Room _media. You can find me on YouTube, IG, Facebook by searching Control Room Media Group. You can catch new episodes every Tuesday on Spotify, iHeart Radio, and Apple Podcasts by searching 30 Minutes to Unwind. All right. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on Tuesday. We out. Peace.